Morning, everybody. Welcome. This is our first day of Just Be. I'm so excited to be here with you. I give everybody a moment to pop on. I'm going to chat for a few minutes. Let me know if you're having trouble seeing me or hearing me. It is the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries after all. So we may find and we have Mercury in retrograde, so we may find some tech issues, which I've been noticing lately. So let me know if you're having any trouble seeing me or hearing me. Anna, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for being here live. You are such a rock star. You even commented first. Ready to go. Yay. Good morning, guys. I'm so happy to have you here with me. So happy to have you here. All right, beautiful humans. Let's just chat for a couple minutes about this whole concept. I've noticed that everything that has come up in my life over the past, 4 to 6 months, my deepening confidence, more surrender, dissolving of the ego, lessening judgment, all of these things that have just come into this place of just what I've noticed is this sustainable centeredness and clarity, even when there's so much chaos going on around me. Because don't get me wrong, we're humans. Like, there's chaos for all of us. I don't care how aligned you feel on a regular basis, right? Like, there's chaos going on in this world, okay? It's a very overstimulating planet. And so it's funny because one of the things that is really, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this with you, is that one of the things that's really that keeps bringing me back to silent meditation and just being with myself, which is really about self-acceptance, right? Emotional wreck. Yeah, I mean, welcome to the world right now, Maria. You are not alone. It's this feeling of like being blocked all around me. It's like no matter where I go, no matter what I do, and it's funny because I don't believe in trying, any forcing energy. I just lean back because trying is really egoic and searching, right? But it's continually being in these situations where I'm saying to the universe, like, why do I keep getting blocked at every pass in this particular area? One was intimacy. One was health, right? Like, there's different areas of my life that's just like, why do I keep getting blocked? And the answer was always that I have the answer, right? Like, that I have the answer, that I don't need to look at the fact that there's any external blocks because it's all within me. And I'm continually getting returned by the universe to myself and going deeper with myself. And it's funny because in my Exploring Wholeness membership, I was responding to somebody the other day, and I love this membership because we're all just like so raw about everything that's coming up in our lives. And so as I'm kind of responding to this, I'm like, oh my gosh, these are such huge aha moments for me. And it's like, it's not about us. And we get into this fight with ourselves about all these things that are going on around us and how we're supposed to fix it and how we're supposed to, quote unquote, move forward. And really it's just about, I love everything that's coming forward about myself, and I'm not getting blocked by anything. The thing that I wrote in my membership was, I have never ever felt the level of intimacy with any single human on this planet than I have deep in the Akashic records in meditation alone, silently by myself. Like, there's nothing that has ever given me that palpable level of power and peace and intimacy and centeredness and calm. And I'm like, why the hell am I not doing this every day? Right? And that's one of the reasons that I created my Vitality program, because it really helps me as well, like, hold me accountable. We're human beings. Like, I show up every other day. I do the energetic practices. I feel into them, and it holds me accountable to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Because there comes a point, and this is another reason I'm doing this Just Be series, is like, there comes a point where You're not looking for any more modalities or things that you need to do or grab or learn to get to a greater understanding of who you are, right? Like it's all created by humans. All of these modalities were named and created by human beings, but it's all the same thing. It's all just energy. Okay? Right, exactly, Emily. Absolutely. And yes, Darlene, 100%. So when I was responding to her in this Exploring Wholeness group, so we were talking about our intimate relationships and all the stuff that's going on in our intimate relationships. That's been a big theme in this group lately. And I was like, all intimacy is an extension of intimacy within ourselves. All of it is. And so there's a level of me, I truly believe, that's like partially resistant to feeling that depth of intimacy that I feel when I'm in the Akashic Records and in deep meditation with myself. Right? It's expanding our capacity to hold. But what if I don't want to hold it? There's something egoic tantruming there, right? There's something that's like, no, I don't want to do that, right? And I'm going to talk about that more later in this series as well. But guess what gets rid of it? Not sitting down and journaling about, listen, I journal like a fucking rock star. You guys know, like I journal all day, every day. I love writing. It's one of my favorite ways to process and to really get to the subconscious material and to feel like these aha moments. Okay. But we truly don't have to do anything, but just sit with ourselves. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start this off. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more chatting to do, either later after we meditate or later in this series, because we have 2 more days of this, okay? But you can set an intention for this practice if you'd like. I actually don't. I just do it. I just go into it. So if you want to set an intention, fine. Very similar to but I want you to be very cautious about that, because there's a difference between feeling into an intention and like knowing the intention and then egoically expecting it or searching for it, right? It's like if you can set an intention vibrationally and then just let it go and allow the universe to take the rest, then fine, set an intention. But this is really about just being. And listen, we're doing this in terms of meditation today. This can look different for every person. It could be, well, I'm just sitting here looking out the window at nature. It could be, I'm praying to God, right? Which is still a little bit more active than what we're doing today, but just being present. That's it. And not even the level of presence that I used to teach for 20 years as a traditional therapist, which was the 5-5-5 technique. Let's see. Okay. So to be present, what are 5 things I can see, 5 things I can hear, 5 things I can smell, 5 things I can touch, right? Like that's still cognitive. We want to go deeper than that. We want to be able to hold space. And this is how we expand our capacity to hold that yummy, intimate energy, right? Is just sitting with ourselves and allowing whatever comes up to come up. It's okay. We get to witness it. And I'm going to be giving you little prompts as we go throughout this, because I want you to witness my process. And we may get more and more silent over the course of this 3 days. Who knows? I'm going to let it be guided by source. But it's being okay with anything that comes up in your field. Physical sensation, emotions, thoughts. Just witness all of it as an observer. No judgment, no stories around it. If you start going into stories, it's fine. Don't blame yourself. Don't shame yourself. Bring yourself right back into just your breath. So we're going to establish an anchor point when we start this. Whether you want that to be your breath, feeling. Mine is always the breath. I can feel it coming in and out of my nose. That's always my anchor point. You can have your anchor point be your belly, like your lower belly. You can have your anchor point being a hand on the heart, whatever you decide. And you don't even have to decide. You can just let it come to you. Okay, like where are you being drawn when we start this? All right, I've talked enough. This is a time to be silent and still. Okay. That being said, you actually don't have to be still during this practice. I'm going to be still. I'm going to open my eyes from time to time because I want to make sure that the technology is working. But other than that, um, and if you want to keep your eyes open and stare out the window, do that. Okay, this is about just being. There are no rules around just being with yourself. As long as you're leaving other distractions aside and noise and chaos. Okay? All right. So let's get started. I already lit some Palo Santo to clear the energy in this space. Does anybody have any questions before we get going? Is anybody nervous about this practice? I would love to know. Are you kind of like, ooh, I don't know how this is going to go? Grab some water if you need to. I have my giant water jug next to me at all times. Anna, you're such a rock star, dude. Yeah, and like that's what I noticed. I was for so many years. I'm just giving you guys a couple minutes if you have anything to add, but I was following guided meditations, guided hypnosis, then listening to frequency music while I was meditating, and I still do that sometimes. Let's go, Diana. Hey, Marcy. It's very different to just be silent by yourself. Okay. All right, friends, let's get started. So I recommend placing your feet on the floor or grounding in some way. This could be sitting. It could be, even if you're walking around, just being conscious of your feet on the floor. You can also create a mudra with your hands if you want, which is a sign, seal, or gesture is what it means, which just allows the energy to kind of recirculate throughout your body instead of leaving throughout your fingers. It allows you to just kind of generate momentum with the energy within you. You can do that to ground as well. Make sure you're nice and comfortable in a place that you can really sink in. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And take a nice deep breath in. I recommend you extend your exhale longer than your inhale. Another deep breath in and pausing at the top. And a slow breath out. You can release out the mouth or the nose, whatever feels comfortable. Allow your shoulders to fall back and down. Loosen your jaw. Allow the space beneath you to fully hold you. Allow your tongue to hang in the base of your mouth. Just return to a normal breathing rhythm. Ensuring your breath is slow and deep. And finding that anchor point of attention within your field. This could be feeling the breath moving in and out of your nose. Feeling your belly rising and falling. Placing your hands on any part of your body and breathing in and out of that space. Choose an anchor point that feels natural to you. We're going to do an intentional swallow to get started here. Take a nice swallow. And just notice if there's anything within your body or your environment that you need to adjust to be most comfortable. This could be the temperature, could be grabbing a blanket or a pillow, could be adjusting your body, moving locations. Take a moment to do that now. so that you can really honor all layers of your being, including your physical body, to be as comfortable as possible. Showing yourself that you're listening to any calls for attention, just for this moment. And then just return to your anchor point, closing your eyes, coming back into a space of presence. Taking a nice deep breath in to recenter. And just be. Deepen your breath. You may notice there's a slight ringing with the sound of silence. Loosen your jaw, let your tongue hang in the base of your mouth. And whatever you notice coming forward, just get descriptive about it. I notice some pain in my legs, so it's not identifying it as pain, but just noticing I have a sensation in the lower part of my legs that's feeling a little diffuse, a little aching, a little burning. And I just stay with it. I love it. I keep feeling these rushes of love. Just notice it and allow it. Noticing a bit of a sensation in my heart space. Feels physically uncomfortable, and I'm just feeling a little choked up. Just responding with, "It's okay, baby, I've got you." Deepen your breath. You have all the answers within you, and as you open space with your breath to really allow anything that's coming forward to come forward, you're listening to it as if you're a detached observer. You're not taking it personally. It's just another voice sharing its perspective, sharing its opinion. And that's okay. It can be whatever it wants to be. Because you know who you are. You know that you lead with love. And you know that when you don't feel like you're leading with love or you're not feeling the love, you can open to receive. That being in this space allows you to receive. You can open your crown and allow divine, etheric, universal, Akashic energy to just rush with you, through you like a crystalline waterfall. Just receiving because it feels good. Because you desire love and you desire upgrades, and all desire is guided by Source, and it's the language in which God communicates to us about our soul's path and our soul's journey. So we honor that, we open to receive. Feels so good to be here right now. Just allow the shoulders to drop down even further, the face to soften even further. To feel the tension between your cells relaxing. Coming back to your anchor point if you need to. You're doing everything right. You cannot get this wrong. Feel grateful for your body holding space for all of this energy to move freely. Without your body, we would not be here having this experience right now and palpably feeling into what our energy feels like, what we feel like. Returning your attention to the breath. Any thoughts that come in, you can just label them thought or thinking without getting involved in a story around them. Any emotions that come up, you can just say, "Oh, I see you." Really focusing on the breath as it moves in and out of your nostrils, your mouth. You can play with deepening your breath if you'd like. Opening the heart, breathing in and out of the heart and the front and the back of your heart space, allowing your shoulders to open a bit. If that feels good for you, it's follow your own guidance first and foremost. Right now, I'm just playing with deepening the breath into my heart space and releasing through the mouth instead of the nose. So you could play around with your breath if you'd like. I'm going to prompt you to swallow one more time. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow your exhale to be extremely slow and extended through pursed lips. Just grounding yourself into your body by stretching your neck, shaking out your hands if you need to, rubbing your arms or your shoulders, touching your legs. Yawning if you need to yawn, swallowing if you need to swallow. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and just get oriented to what's around you. That was about 20 minutes, which is pretty awesome for the first time. If any of you are first timers to this quote unquote silent meditation, it wasn't completely silent because I was offering you prompts, but I'm clearly teaching you how to do this. So you can play with the timing on your end. But I also want you to, and let me know how you're feeling, by the way, in the comments, and anything that came up for you, any questions you have about the process or any struggles you experienced. But I really want to bring attention to the concept of play with this experience. Like, you're meant to play with it. You know, you're meant to play with what feels good, and you may do this 20 times or 3 times or just today to figure out what feels most settled for you and most anchored. And part of this process really does include patience and being patient with refining this process to what feels really good for you. Maria. Yeah, it did feel fast, right? You're welcome. It felt fast to me too. I could have sat there for another 60 minutes, to be honest with you, but let's be real. I'm on a Facebook Live, and I want people to be able to actually experience the replay. You're welcome, Marcy. When you jumped on, I felt that, actually. I felt like she really needs this today. So thanks for saying that. And it's interesting because even with you, Maria, one of the things you'll notice is that the more you do this, the less outside distraction is going to bother you at all. And that's part of the practice, is that as you're able to do this without distraction, I remember, I think it was a couple years ago, that I was meditating. Actually, this happens all the time to me now, but that was like the first time I noticed it, where my 3 children were like running around me and like, meh, like in my face, making noises. Did not faze me one bit. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then now it happens all the time, where you're so welcome. Angela, I love that so much. Good. Yes. Don't stop it. Just let it flow. Exactly. No real intention. But it's so funny because like we'll be home, like hanging out with the kids, or even we were recently on vacation. We did a lot of driving. We kind of went through to a few different locations, and the kids in the car, and we're just kids in a car, and my husband was just like, and I said, I just don't even notice it. Like it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't even bother me because I'm just like, just so in my zone, it's a practice. It really is a practice. Good. You're welcome, Lori. That helped me a lot at the beginning too. That's so funny, Anna. Me too. The same thing happens to me. Like if you need to pee or go number 2 after this, so normal, because everything relaxes. Your heart rate starts to slow down. And one of the things that's interesting is like when you have a longer inhale, your heart rate speeds up. And then when you have a longer exhale, your heart rate slows down. So that's why I always I play with extending my exhales longer and longer. And sometimes I do this, I really play with holding the exhale at the bottom of the breath for as long as I can, because that's actually a really beautiful energetic practice of extending patience. So that's something I've been practicing for years, and I love it so much. Jenny, I love you. Yeah, patience was never my strong point either. At least I didn't think so. It was just something that I needed to tap into and cultivate. So I don't want to analyze this experience too much, because that is not the point of just being. I want to thank you for being here and for sharing your reflections and for being present with yourself. We're going to do this again tomorrow at the same time. I'm going to have even more insight to share with you at the beginning, and then we'll dive into this again. It's going to look different every day. It's going to feel different every day. Every day you do this is going to feel different. Some days you're going to feel like you can master this like a rock star, and some days you're going to feel like a restless little bug who needs to move and twitch and get up and do 8,000 things while you do it. So don't judge yourself for it. Appreciate your showing up. Know that as you continue to practice this, it will deepen, it will become your own, and you'll find your way with it. Yes, the distractions unaffected the experience. Yes, exactly. Yeah, good job, Darlene. You're such a rock star. All right, guys, I love you. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Mwah. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, if any of you, as you're doing this, feel like you want some extra support, you can book a vibrational assessment if you want. They're only $50. If you've done a connection call or a vibrational assessment with me before, you wouldn't be eligible for this, so just shoot me a message if you want to. But just because I don't want you guys to be left in whatever's coming up for you and then feeling like, well, shit, now I have to deal with this myself and I don't know how to move through this, right? So just if you need hand holding, it's like 15 to 20 minutes one-to-one. So if you need it, grab it. If not, oh yeah, so much beauty in doing this together. It's like people who pray together expands the prayer. People who meditate together expands the energy. And that's why I'm so grateful to you guys for doing this with me. It was funny because it was I think it was 3 days ago. And I was just like, dude, I want Just Be to start right now. Like, I really needed this. And I did it myself, right? I did it myself by myself, but like I can't even tell you, being able to share in this with other people truly deepens and maximizes the experience for me. It absolutely does for all of us. And the more that you do this, the more you'll be able to feel that. And that's why I love my membership community so much too, because it's just like the more we really get raw and reflect to each other, the energy or whatever's coming up, the deeper we go. So anyway, I will say it again. Love you. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.